Okay, it's recording.
Are we fully in scope? Do you think this is a good spot for us?
Yeah. It has 0.5, so
Okay.
it's it'll be fine. Okay, so
Who's gonna be the interviewer side? Levi? Okay.
so the as far as the structure, if we're doing role play, do we say that now?
Yes.
Yeah,
you
Okay.
did.
So the role that I would have that you would have would be like you could just be you.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be a friend who means to ask you about like what you think about Woo, like as a friend that's thinking about going to
Yeah.
Western.
Okay.
So yeah. So we'll just start. Okay. So thank you for meeting with me, by the way. It's nice that you give me your time. So I have a couple questions for you. We'll kind of be talking about like some of the things that I'll be asking you about, or like the experiences that you have with professors, the services that you use, things like the gym or library or stuff like that. And then I'll just ask you about like if you think it's worth it to go to Western as far as money, because that's a pretty big thing to consider. So like one question that I have is, so what do you look for in a good professor, like for a class that you're going to be taking?
I think the thing that I would look for most in a good professor would be attentiveness to students.
Okay.
If I don't feel like I'm able to have a voice myself, I feel more disconnected from the content, and it makes it harder for me to feel like I'm actually learning and engaging with what's going on.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay, that's really good. I look for that stuff too, so that's good to know. So how many different professors have you had? Like, you don't have to tell me exactly, but maybe just if you thought about a number.
20? We'll go with 20.
Wow. Okay. And all at Western?
Yeah, I was gonna say 20 at Western, yeah, probably. In the
That's
2
a
years
lot.
I've been here, I'm just saying 10 professors a year, because
Yeah.
3 to 5 classes a term. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, times 3 would be about 10.
That makes, wow, okay. That's a lot of professors. So how many of those have been online? And like how many of them have been in person, would you say?
I want to say I try to strictly go for in person. I don't really like online classes.
Yeah, me
In fact, I kind of loathe them. But I think I've had 4 or 5 professors that I never actually met in person because they were only online.
Yeah.
Probably more than that. I bet I'm misrepresenting this.
Yeah, probably during the pandemic, you might have had like probably more, would you say? Or did you have
I didn't attend during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took
probably
a
should have
couple
asked you that
gap
before.
years during the pandemic just to work and save up money so I wouldn't go as into debt.
Uh-huh.
So while I was still back in Kansas, I worked for quite a while to save up.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so kind of the other area that I was gonna ask you about, the services that you use, maybe. So have you used the gym or like other like forms of exercise that they have around campus? Like, that's the question.
Yeah, I have used the gym. I do enjoy rock climbing, though
Okay.
I usually only use the gym and those services socially. So unless I have a friend that's like, hey, I want to come hang out and go climbing or hit up the gym equipment, you'll probably never see me in there alone.
Okay. Yeah, they have a big wall like for rock climbing, so it's pretty
It's
cool
great.
if you like it. So are the staff friendly and like helpful, would you say, like overall at Western?
The gym staff or the teaching staff or
Like-
the admission staff or totality staff?
So besides the professors, like so like an advisor or even people at the coffee shop, like at the information center, stuff like that. Like outside, like people that you kind of have to talk to like use stuff. Or,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay,
Would you say it's overall friendly?
Yeah, for the most part, I want to say the guys around here are very friendly. That's what I noticed during my my visit to come check out the campus. I was like, wow, I'm really impressed with how friendly everybody was everywhere, including like all the student staff that was working the information desks and all that. And then the not commission staff is not the right term, but like paid staff
Yeah.
who aren't students. They're also just really friendly people. So it was one of the things I loved about this place was how down to earth and
Yeah,
homely
yeah.
the vibe was.
Okay, that's really good. That's a good thing to consider for me. So are there any favorite spots that you like to study at? You know, what would be some of your favorites?
I was living in the dorms, they had like extra rooms that you could go and just sit in. So if I didn't want to be around my roommate, I was able to just evacuate myself over there. But I always try to find a place where I can be secluded. There's some really nice study rooms in the library that have decent views and nobody's around you. So you just sit in silence in your own little personal room. I love the idea of having my own little bubble to do things.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I like to do that too. So you know, for this last area that I have, that I wanted to ask you about, do you feel like it's been worth your money to come to Western overall?
I'll be honest, I think college is a scam.
Okay.
After finally coming near the end of my time in college, I have come to the conclusion college is a scam.
Okay, that's a great response, a very honest response. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I enjoy my time here. Do I think it was worth the $30,000 plus living expenses that I paid to be here? Probably not. But you know, it's already gone. Who cares?
Yeah, you're like, I'm graduating soon, you know, I'm gonna get what I came for, kind of. Yeah, that makes sense. So what this kind of goes into the next question that I had. Are there any good opportunities to help with costs, would you say, like as far as scholarships or like other ways? Do you think that there's a good opportunity for that stuff here?
I believe there is. I tried to look into that stuff, but I didn't really qualify.
Still in the middle.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna pull you closer to me. It's alright. I like the reviewers and everything.
Okay, yeah. So you were saying that you think that there are, but
I think there are. I know they send out regular emails to make sure that students know those opportunities exist, and they try to make sure that people are able to access the financial aid options that are available to them.
Okay.
I didn't really look into that a whole lot because I spent most of my time just working to pay it all off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't have a good enough GPA to really qualify.
Okay, well, you know, I got a lot of really good information, a lot of really good things that I need to think about. But thank you for your time. It was very good to talk to you about this.
Yeah, my pleasure, friend.
Okay.
You have 3 minutes left.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh,
well,
did you set up for a 10-minute timer?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah, because we won't have enough time to do 10 minutes
Yeah,
for everybody,
okay,
so we can just jump into
Sounds good.
observations.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the bad things, but that is just because there's one thing, and it's not bad. It's just something to work on. Is I did hear you saying a lot, especially during transitions. So that is something I feel like you could work on, but it's not super like. It is somewhat obvious, but it's not like to the way where it's interrupting the interview. So.
Okay.
And then I felt like you had a really great opening. You know, stated the purpose of the interview, and with that being said, I also saw that you were reassuring what the interviewer was saying throughout the whole process. You had really great eye contact. I didn't see anything bad about that. I also saw you nodding, so that's good. And the only thing also, actually, now that I think about it, that I did see as well is sometimes you didn't pause and you did the same thing as I did, where you would start talking about the same topic, but you would add a comment instead of helping, or instead of like letting him finish. So that is something that maybe you can work on. Just, you know, pausing once in a while. And then, yeah, I mean, the conversation really seemed like it was really enjoyable for both of you. So I don't have anything super major on it other than the situation. But yeah, I thought it was a really fun interview overall.
Yeah.
I think this worked as like the role play scenario that you set up because you gave off a really friendly vibe.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to be like going forward in other interview settings if you try to do the counseling interviews or the things like that, because The relaxed demeanor might help with that, but the ums and then sort of some, because that came off as somewhat unprofessional, but it doesn't matter in the context of like, I'm chatting with a friend about
Yeah.
if you're gonna be going to college over here or not.
Yeah.
But that's just one of the things I would try to think about is the context that you want to play into, and this role-playing scenario really worked with your strengths and how you like to converse with people, so just played into the interview.
Yeah, I definitely think I need to clean some stuff up before I do the counseling, but I do want to try that because if I do, I have thought about doing counseling, so, I definitely want to get that sort of interview, and practice with that first.
Yeah. And then I think your body language, much like how I commented on Paul, was sort of gestured away, like you crossed away, and Ibaraki mentioned like try to cross towards and to gesture your body a little bit more, angle towards the interviewee.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I think we're done with mine.
Yeah.
So we can get yours in now.
Okay.